The dire match had long been the chosen alternative to the costly skirmishes that once ravaged neutral space. In this brutal contest, the fate of mining rights for the resources of untamed territory was decided not through battle, but survival. Here, on an isolated island amidst the perils of a death world, teams of 5 from various races were pitted against each other without arms or armor, forced to rely on their wits and instincts to endure 7 harrowing days. Traditionally dominated by races like the formidable Murals with their massive amphibious forms or the cunning Verbats with their reptilian prowess, the dire matches had seen a predictable pattern of victories. The disciplined Prosenuthians, too, had claimed their share of triumphs, their advanced strategies often outmaneuvering competitors. However, in the upcoming match, a new challenger had emerged among the established contenders, the humans. As the dire match commenced, the humans defied all expectations. Their approach was not one of brute strength or natural weaponry, but of ingenuity. While others relied on their inborn traits, the humans saw the death world not as a hindrance, but as a treasure trove of possibilities. With a resourcefulness that unnerved their opponents, they quickly turned the harsh environment to their advantage. From the twisted branches and razor-sharp stones, they fashioned crude but effective spears. Simple ropes became intricate traps, waiting to ensnare the unwary. Even the bones of fallen adversaries were repurposed as tools of retribution. In just a matter of days, the humans had shattered the preconceived notions of their rivals, decimating more than half of the opposing teams with a ruthless efficiency that bordered on savagery. The other races watched in a mix of awe and fear as the humans navigated the challenges of the death world with a cunning that belied their status as newcomers. Every move, every decision seemed calculated for maximum impact, each action a testament to their resilience and resourcefulness. Where others saw a barren wasteland, the humans saw a canvas for their survival instincts to paint upon. Underestimating the humans had proven to be a fatal mistake for many. Their ability to adapt and innovate in the face of adversity had brought them victories that defied conventional strategies. The once proud champions of the dire matches found themselves outmaneuvered and outclassed by a race that had embraced the chaos of the death world with a fervor unmatched by any before them. As the sun dipped below the horizon on the 6th day of the contest, only a handful of teams remained standing, their numbers dwindling under the relentless onslaught of the humans. The once dominant races found themselves on the brink of defeat, their pride shattered by a foe they had dismissed as inferior. In the heart of the wilderness, where the shadows whispered of ancient secrets and the winds carried the scent of blood and desperation, the humans stood poised to claim their place among the victors of the dire match. Their journey from underdog to conqueror had been swift and merciless, a testament to their tenacity and their will to survive against all odds. As the sun rose on the 7th and final day of the dire match, casting a crimson hue over the unforgiving landscape of the death world, a sense of anticipation hung heavy in the air. Regent Freud, the venerable Zoltigarian elder tasked with overseeing the dire match, gathered the team representatives of the competing races for a moment of reflection before the ultimate reckoning. His gaze, filled with equal parts respect and curiosity, settled upon Philip Bardot, the human representative whose cunning and audacity had upended all expectations. With a graceful yet imposing presence, Freud posed a question that lingered on the minds of many, his gravelly voice resonating across the gathering. "How is it that you humans have adapted so seamlessly to the challenges of this death world?" Freud inquired, a hint of intrigue coloring his words. Philip, bearing himself with a mixture of humility and quiet confidence, met the regent's gaze without flinching. "What others perceive as a death world, we humans see as an exotic vacation," he replied, his tone laced with a hint of wry humor. As the representatives of the other races exchanged bewildered glances, Philip proceeded to illuminate the unsuspecting audience on the uncanny resemblances between the death world and Earth, the cradle of humanity. He spoke of the rhythmic cadence of the tides and the symphony of sounds that filled the forests, drawing parallels between the alien terrain and the familiar landscapes of his home planet. With each word that tumbled from Philip's lips, a realization dawned on the onlookers. The humans were not conquerors of the death world, but its custodians, guardians of a realm that resonated with echoes of their shared past. The barriers of misunderstanding and prejudice began to crumble, replaced by a newfound sense of camaraderie and mutual respect that transcended the boundaries of race and creed. In the ensuing silence that followed Philip's revelations, Regent Freud, his aura of wisdom undimmed by the passage of time, directed his attention once more to the human representative. And now, as the sands of time slip away and victory stands within your grasp, what resource do you seek to claim as your own? Freud inquired, his voice carrying the weight of centuries of tradition and solemnity. Philip, his gaze steady and unwavering, met the regent's probing stare with a clarity of purpose that left no room for doubt. We humans lay claim not to a resource, but to this death world itself, he declared, his words hanging in the air like a thunderclap amidst the gathering. A wave of shock struck all the other races as they realized it was not a jest. This world is full of creatures that would be considered the basis of nightmares in other worlds. But not to the humans, it seemed. Regent Freud felt a dreadful chill as he realized the humans were not looking to mine a planet in neutral space, but to colonize a planet where no other races would dare venture for too long. They will obtain a resource no others have thought of, a fortified strategic reach in neutral space. The collective gasp that rippled through the assembled representatives echoed the disbelief that reverberated in their hearts. Never before had such a bold and audacious declaration been made in the annals of the dire matches, where conquest and dominion were the currency of victory. In that pivotal moment, as the fate of the death world hung in the balance, a new chapter in the cosmic tapestry of races was set to unfold. The humans, once underestimated and scorned, now stood at the precipice of rewriting history with a single proclamation that defied convention and expectation. As the concluding hours of the dire match dwindled away, a sense of quiet awe settled over the battleground, where alliances forged in the crucible of competition now gave way to a newfound understanding and kinship. The legacy of the humans, born from the trials of the death world and the crucible of survival, resonated with a vibrancy that transcended mere victory or defeat. And as the final shadows lengthened and the echoes of the dire match faded into memory, the galaxy bore witness to a transformation wrought by the resilience and audacity of a race that dared to defy the odds and claim a destiny that was truly their own. With the sound of the final day ending and the humans triumphant, Regent Freud had no choice but to grant the humans their right to the death world, and with it, their ability to reach into neutral space with the power of a colony world.